Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Jo number AST-21386 BP brass-plated security strike. This is, as you can see, a large strike plate. This is made of steel. The BP infers that, but the magnet confirms it. BP stands for brass-plated, steel-based material. We have a couple of holes here, which are going to be for 6-inch centers, even though, you know, plus or minus is still going to work. Let's get the tape measure. Overall length of this strike is 18-inch. They say that it's 1 3/8, and really what that's a reference to is more of a dimension from the edge of the strike to where the lip begins, kind of. Okay. Really about 1.5 inches. The point being is that this 1 3/8 model, which is actually about 1 13/16 inches, 1 7/8 overall width, they have an 1 3/4 model, which by logic would mean that it would be 2 1/4 inch overall width, which is the AST-21346. 4 in door nomenclature by some manufacturer denotes 1 3/4. 8 denotes 1 3/8. I'm not sure why someone made that up. Obviously, it's the last digit in the size, but an 8 in the part number means 1 3/8. Now, the hole size here. Let's take a look. Overall height of that prep, 2 inch. Overall. Pardon me, the inside height is 2 inch, the inside width is 3/4 inch. Judging the centers, you can see 6 inches pretty spot on. You can also see that you might be able to float that, you know, to 5.5 inches well, you know, and even something greater, you know, certainly you could elongate that ever so slightly should you need to. But nonetheless, it's intended for a 6-inch on center. Deadbolt locks at the center of those two locks would be 6 inch. 5.5 will still work. That's as much indicated in the manufacturer's published data. This will also be available in an SL finish, which is a silver coated finish, like a powder coated silver finish over steel, and then a WH, or a white powder coat over steel. Okay. Why would you want such a big strike? Well, generally these are ordered to mitigate a problem. You lost your keys and you know what, you had no way to get in except break the door. Door survived, frame not so much. That might be a reason you'd want this. Or you have been broken into and new doorway. Well, this time you're going to start out from scratch with something that's substantial like this. Screws are included. You're going to note here that there are 2 short screws and then there are 5 long screws. Now the short screws are going to be intended for this area here and here. That's the area that you're just really going to hit the, let's say, 3/4 inch thick part of the frame, because this is the outside over here. Well, the further back in you get towards the stop, the reasoning is that these holes, of which there are 4, and there are indeed 5 long screws in there, are so long that they're intended that you're going to pre-drill them appropriately with like a aircraft extension bit and run those screws in deep down into the stud, is why those screws are so long. The length on those screws are 3 inch. You're absolutely going to want to be sure to pre-drill the holes correctly. You will split something if you don't. You can split the jamb, make it worse possibly if you don't. You're going to want to be sure as you're driving the screw in not to let it run in too far, because you might literally bow the frame in. Be very careful when you're getting down to the last few turns. You're going to want to make this not belly in at all. You're going to want to allow it to stay flat. The majority of the time that people install this, they're surface mounting it, that's for sure. You might not be able to surface mount it because you may not have the margin to get this installed. This is, they don't, well, they say that it's 13 gauge or 95 thousandths of an inch. My caliper says that it's 0.102 inch, a little bit heavy, 0.102 inch. So it's heavy, it's thick. I would certainly want to mortise it, even if it didn't really matter in my opinion. It looks far nicer, but keep that in mind that you're either going to be surface mounting this or mortising it. There is a link below this video to a document called Template that's going to show you all of the important dimensional properties beyond the dimensions that I quickly threw around. There is also a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Donjo items that we sell, but a link to their full line catalog. But more helpful, I think, is just the link in this instance to what they call strike plates. I think it's titled Strike Plates. Oh, just Strike Plates is what it is. When you pull that document up, you'll find the AST-21386 and all of the immediate sister products to it. Takes a little bit of studying at times. You need to look at, there's one picture and 4 part numbers. Well, you kind of need to look at the chart or the table on the right to determine what the difference is in size, and you'll pick that up pretty quickly. You've got 18-inch and 12-inch. You've got 1 3/8 and 1 3/4. That's the 4 items. That's all there is to it in this design for 6-inch centers. Now, you can see from that link on the manufacturer's page that Donjo does a lot more than just strike plates. A full offering of trim and auxiliary hardware such as pivots, kick plates, push and pull hardware, door stops, signage. They're going to get into ladder pulls, but it's their door reinforcing plates, their wraparound plates, and their latch protectors that they're most widely known for. And of course, both of those product lines are akin to reinforcing security strikes like this AST-21386 BP. If you have any questions on the Donjo AST-21386 BP security strike or any other Donjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.